Welcome back, Weebs and Gamers. This is Eiji here. Today, the ban list dropped for Weiss, so I want to do a surprise reaction to it. I haven't seen what's on it yet, so this is going to be pretty interesting. I had to wait, because I guess it came out at like 5 a.m., and I'm sorry, I'm not going to get up at 5 a.m. Plus, I had work, so so we're doing it now. We're doing it live. So I just have the Weiss Discord pulled up here. So I know it's right here, and I did see that because it's right at the top that Bunny Girl is on here in some capacity. I didn't see what it was. I just seen that I seen Albuta at the top. So yeah, but I think most people expected at least something to get hit in Albuta, so it's not really that shocking. So yeah, we'll just get to it. So let me just scroll down real quick here. So I'll try and just get like one at a time. That way I can kind of talk about it a little bit. So yep. So yeah. So first we have the stock charge, and the my finisher choice two. That makes sense. I think those are the two main cards that I think people complained about in that set. I don't really think there was anything else that really stood out as like broken by any means besides those two cards. So yeah, that does make sense. It was kind of funny that the stock charger just charges like a vanilla, so you're forced to play like 4 copies of a 3K vanilla. But you know, it is good. It is just like on play stock charge for free. So yeah, I think this is fair. I don't really think they really needed too much else outside of that. So yeah, that's it. I guess that's it for that one. Let's scroll down here. Okay, so shiny colors got something here. So it's a choice two of the -3 soul counter and the heal 6/3/2. That's kind of surprising, honestly, since I think shiny colors is very new. I'll have to double check when it came out exactly, but I think it was only like a month or two ago, something like that. So that's kind of surprising they would restrict it already. Um, the heal six is kind of funny, because I mean old sets had this as well. But I think this was like the first set that had it with standby, so I think that's why people considered it a problem, because you could standby out it at level 2 and potentially do it. So yeah, if you did get that off, that would be pretty hilarious. But yeah, I can see why. And then -3 soul counter. Those are always good. I don't really see why it would need to be hit, but I mean, sure, I guess. I think the quince minus the quince counter that they restricted a long time ago is also -3 soul. So maybe Bushi just hates -3 soul counters, but I mean, I don't know. I guess why keep making them if you're just gonna keep restricting them, right? So whatever. Next we have Project Sekai, which is the choice two between the Brainstormer and the Toya Finisher. That's probably correct. Like the Brainstormer was mainly played for the yellow deck, and the Toya Finisher was kind of just splashed in because it was broken. Because I think the yellow deck obviously has like other yellow finishers that was probably more intended to be played in that deck. Compared to the red card, so yeah, so that's probably fine. We'll have to see if it needs more hits beyond that. But I can definitely see that would be a pretty big hit to the deck, because you pretty much you almost have to play the Brainstorm in that deck. I don't think that's like an option to not play it. So yeah, so basically you just can't play the broken finisher with it. And I don't think that finisher is good enough to warrant playing like the actual red deck. I don't know about that. I'm not completely up to date on the all the red cards in that set, and like if people even play the red deck or not. But yeah, so all right, moving on. So we have Alice Gear is a choice 3 between the 3/2 Burn Brainstorm. I didn't even know they had that actually. The Salvage Ricky and the 3/2 Yotsuyu combo. So yeah, I think that's definitely a pretty big hit to them, because they definitely want the changer for sure. So now they just lose like other good standby cards and the Salvage Ricky. I mean, if they really needed that Ricky, then that's a pretty big hit. I don't know their entire card pool, whether they have like maybe like alternatives they could play to that. But I think that definitely probably is a big hit. I mean, they're picking these cards for a reason, right? So, yeah. So let me see. Moving on. So you have a change for Hololive. It's so funny. This is like what like the second or third list in a row where they sort of like change the cards restricted in the Hololive list because they can never decide on like what are the main cards to be hit. But again, Hololive has like so many different decks. It's kind of hard to put a restriction list in place that would hurt like all of them or like certain ones more so. So yeah, I have to see what it is here. Let me see. Let's scroll down. Okay, so the four choice is wow. Okay, I was not expecting that. Definitely wasn't expecting that. So it's the Luna 3-2, the tap counter, the Kanata field swap, and the Polka Amagi. So, okay. So I'm just gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say this is trash. But definitely the Polka Amagi, in my opinion, is trash, and I don't think it even needs to be played in that deck whatsoever. So that is like a basically complete throwaway hit. Like that doesn't even need to be in here. But the Kanata field swap is a good hit. That is fine. That card is pretty annoying when you have Luna up. But yeah, no, that Polka Amagi hit is like complete garbage. I don't think that needed to be on there. There's so many other better things that probably could have put on there than that. So yeah, I don't know. It's still a hit. We'll have to see if the Luna deck just doesn't get played anymore. I think a lot of people wanted the Luna just to be like banned or like restricted to one. So it just being in the choice, like technically the deck is still playable. You just can't play it with tap counter, field swap, and the Polka. Which again, so yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is good. I really don't think this is enough. I think they should have just banned the Luna completely. But yeah, we'll see. Well, let's move on. Scroll down some more here. See if there's anything else. Okay, and so they removed the Amelia and the Sora Brainstorm. Okay, that's fine. That doesn't really matter, pretty much, because other than, like, I guess now you can play Hato Tap Counter in, like, other decks, like the Sora deck or Gura deck. But again, like, that doesn't really matter too much. Like, I mean, it's nice, for sure, but it doesn't really matter too much, so... Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, let's scroll down, see if there's anything else. Ayame still banned, and Gura's still limited to 2. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's kind of expected. So unhits, so Sunshine, so Yo to 3 instead of being at 2. Like, come on, guys, just put it at 4. Like, that's kind of unnecessary. Has there even been a card that's ever been at 3 in Weiss? I think like the Haruhi event at one point was at 3, and then they just put it back to 4. The next list, yeah, kind of dumb, but whatever. Um, so Sword Art Online, so they freed the Spriggans Kirito. That's kind of interesting. Because it is really good for the pants, but the more meta Sao 10th anniversary decks don't even play pants anymore. You usually just play uh, either like 8 choice or 4 choice 4 bar. So having the Spriggan Kirito freed, I don't think really does much. I mean, it is extremely good, so it might make you want to play an 8 pants deck now. Make a new deck that's like 8 pants, but I honestly don't think it's really good. And even if you were gonna play 8 pants, this probably would have been the card you picked in the choice 3 anyway. So it doesn't really do much, I feel. So I mean, sure, I guess it's freed, but all right. Um, Symphogear, the Hibiki Field Encore card is free. So now the only cards restricted on it are the 3-2 package. I feel this card is actually one of the reasons why that deck was so good, because it was hard to out their level 3 effectively. It's the same kind of reason why they hit the Sora Brainstorm originally too for Hololive, because not only was it a Brainstorm, it was also just like a free encore of your early play Soras. So yeah, I don't know. Have to see if people go back to Symphogear now. I think when they first just unrestricted the red card, I don't think it was good enough to warrant playing the deck again. But with this card unrestricted, I do think maybe people might start playing that deck again. Yeah, yeah, pretty good. So I have to see. And then Overlord, they took off the tap counters. That's probably fine. Like again, like tap counters, I think are good, but I don't think they're really needed to be restricted in any way. But then again, they did put like that. What is it? Like that -3 soul counter on here. So, yeah. And then I mean, Overlord's pretty dead now with that the 1/1 band and other stuff. So, yeah. So good for that one. And then that's it. Okay, okay. And then I guess there was one other thing that they missed on the original tweet, which is Kaguya is unrestricted completely. That's also again probably fine. Like nobody's been playing that deck for years now, so yeah, that's probably fine. And then this is the Banlist visual. So we'll just take a look here real quick. Bring this up. Yeah, just looking it over. Yeah, so honestly, everything seems pretty much fine, other than the Hololive hits. I really don't agree with the Hololive hits at all. I think they should have just banned the Luna completely, and then I feel they didn't really need to do anything else if they had just done that. But they decided to restrict the Field Swapper and that Polka Amagi instead. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling that hit. Have to see if people still play the deck. Because like again, like that Polka Magi is trash in my opinion. They could easily play the deck without that card. So really the only hit is the Kanata Field Swap. So yeah, no, I don't think that was good enough. I don't think that's enough to warrant people not playing the deck. So yeah, have fun for 6 more months of Hololive Luna. So yeah, that's it, guys. If you liked the video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and this is Eiji signing out.